Okay, so let's talk about this roadblock of it was a gift. I can't get rid of it. Somebody gave it to me, and if they find out I got rid of it, it will be horrible. And so I just have to keep everything that everybody gave me. Now, this is actually very closely related to feeling guilty, right? And so we have another roadblock around I feel guilty. So if you haven't looked at that, I would encourage you. We dig a lot deeper into, guilt. And so with this idea of somebody gave it to me, we have to start asking the question of what is the root of this? Okay, is this actually guilt? Like, do I feel guilty doing this? Or is this just something that it's just what I've always been told? Like, you don't give things away that people give you. And this can take kind of different forms for people. So that's why we want to ask the question of where is this coming from for me? Okay. Once we kind of identify where it's coming from, then we can tackle it. Okay. If it is the feeling of guilt, then we're able to start kind of processing that and saying, is this feeling of guilt something that I want in my life? Right. I know for a lot of times we've been kind of taught to walk on eggshells around certain people, or maybe it's not, we can't get rid of all gifts. Maybe it's, well, I can't get rid of gifts that this person got me because they're going to ask, or they're going to notice, or they're going to make me feel bad if I got rid of something, or they're going to make it out to where I'm ungrateful if I get rid of something. There can a lot of times, I see this a lot of times with parents, grandparents, and sometimes there's a lot of just like gaslighting there, right? And what I want to really encourage you to do, because obviously this is a very deep topic, most of these are, we can't fully get into here, but what I want you to start asking is, is the person that I'm worried about being upset, is this a relationship that is actually pushing me closer to who I want to be? Okay. This thought of they'll be upset, this person will be upset, it kind of goes back into relationships far more than just decluttering. Because if it is a specific person, let's say maybe it's your mom that always guilts you for getting rid of all the toys and you never let her get toys for her grandbabies or whatever, right? Fill in the blank. We've been there. I want you to really ask the question of, is this relationship helping me become who I want to be? Or is this relationship adding unnecessary layers of guilt and stress and anxiety and struggle in your life, right? Because here's the honest to God truth. If getting rid of an item is going to cause a severe rift in the relationship, it wasn't the item that caused the rift, right? If so and so gets your kid a pair of shoes and you get rid of them because the kid doesn't like them or you don't like them or whatever, and that person stops talking to you, it wasn't the shoes, right? Like the shoes triggered it, but it wasn't the shoes. And so we have to ask the question of, what is this? What is actually happening in this relationship? And here's the follow-up. Am I okay with that? Because looking at our items and saying, I feel really anxious getting rid of this because it was a gift, or I'm really nervous what so and so will say if they found out I got rid of this. This is just exposing some deeper pains and hurts and maybe really unhealthy relationship issues that we have to ask, am I okay with this continuing on this way? Or do I need to actually start setting boundaries? Do I need to actually start creating some healthy space between certain people? Because here's the thing, like, you are ultimately in control of what you create. Now, there are obviously things and circumstances, but you get to choose how you respond. And so if there are people in your life that are making you feel anxious, if you were to get rid of something, you have to ask the question of, is this person somebody that's helping me? And what do I want to do about that? Now, that is not always an easy question to answer, but it is definitely one that is worth beginning the process exploring, because the people in our life are very important. The people in our life are the things that are going to push us towards success or drag us from it. And so I hope this is just a beginning intro to this this topic in your mind of, am I nervous to get rid of these things because of a person? Is it all people? Like, is this just a belief that I just can discard? Like, it was a gift. It was the thought that counts. Like, I'm deeply grateful that they gave it to me, but you know what? It's no longer serving me. Or is there a specific person that I really need to be addressing this with? Okay. Lots of ways this could go, but I feel like this is a good 101 topic starter right here. So if this is something you deal with, definitely get into the worksheet, get into the journal. I love you and I'm proud of you for tackling these things because they are hard. These aren't easy things. And I'm really proud of you for being willing to do it. So with that being said, I will see you in the next one.